Alright everyone, so I've done some digging on like some character websites and I was able to dig up the characters, dragons, and new Wyrmprints stats, abilities, skills. I don't know whether or not these stats and stuff are confirmed or not, but nor do I think anyone's done a video on this. I don't know, I never looked. So, well, I guess there's only one way to find out. So, I want to go in depth on each of the new characters that'll be on the banner and/or grindable, based off of the ones that I have found. Just as a heads up, I did not find a grindable dragon nor a grindable character. There's only the grindable Wyrmprint that was technically leaked in the official raid leak, which I will link that in the description below. So by the way, let's start. So here we have the Halloween SILKE Festive Prankster. Comes at light 4-star rarity, 301 HP, 95 strength, with an ability of increased strength and HP by 15 to 20% for user attuned to the light element. That in general is still very good, because they can give them more power and a little bit of tank, which is nice. And the skills is light damage to surrounding enemies and reduces their strength by 10 to 15% without fail. This is nice, I would say, because that can just make your units tank even more. And one thing I do want to point out, I will eventually go over the characters. And light becomes busted. That's all I'm going to say. Light becomes busted, and this honestly just helps prove my point even more. Because of reducing their strength, everyone is going to take less damage, and there's already a 5-star light healer, so it's really good right now. And the next one, we'll move on to the Wyrmprints. So here's the grindable Wyrmprint, Plunder Pals. It was hinted to be grindable, based off of the mission rewards. It was hinted to be grindable, which I hope it's grindable because of the event abilities. But first it comes out at the 5-star rarity, 151 HP, 54 strength. Not as good as the obviously summonable 5 stars, but I mean, hey, this is, in my opinion, this is still a pretty powerful Wyrmprint, even though it only has one actual ability, which increases skill damage by 20 to 25%. That's still pretty solid, I would say. Just simply slap that on someone who already boosts skill damage. Cough, cough, Lily. And you're doing a lot of damage pretty quickly. So I'm liking this one a lot. And the event ability, which will only be acquired through this upcoming event. Increase trick-or-treat intake by 25 or 50%, then increases Snack-o-lantern intake by 20 or 50%, 25 or 50%. This is nice because you can technically get more drops as long as you grind up this Wyrmprint, and it's a free-to-play option too, which I like that a lot. I'm about to go into the summonable ones, but this one is still, in my opinion, a very solid option. Next we have Witch's Kitchen, which I honestly don't know why it's called this, but Chloe looks very nice in this. I'm not gonna lie, Chloe looks very nice. So this one is summonable. Comes out the 5-star rarity, 183 HP, 57 attack. So, honestly more powerful than Plunder Pals, and increases attack skill damage by 30 to 35% when HP is full. It's that full HP requirement that is honestly turning me away from this. That is honestly what is turning me away. Because full HP is honestly pretty hard to sustain. It's really hard to sustain. You just get tapped once and you'll lose that massive buff. Then reduces blind chance by 20 to 25%. That's nice. Then the event ability, increase trick-or-treat intake by 50 or 100%. So as long as you pull enough copies, you can literally double your trick-or-treat intake, which is nice. That's nice, but, well, have fun pulling her. Have fun. Overall thoughts, okay Wyrmprint. I don't know if this event will blind or not. I will go into my thoughts on the raid in a little bit, but I think it might lean a little more towards the... I think it'll lean a little more towards the characters' abilities, I would say, because, well, they all have this certain ability, which I'll get into when I get to them. Now we have Of Tricks and Treats, which, by the way, I love this art. This art looks amazing. Oh, and I messed up on the Photoshop work. I'm going to have to do that. Okay. Alright, so once again, summonable at 5-star rarity, 184 HP, 56 attack, or strength, whatever. The abilities fills 20-25% of skill gauge at start of quest. That's very nice. That's very nice, actually. I'm honestly a fan of that because anything that fills the skill gauge first shot, that can help for those 1 minute requirements. Which, by the way, I just hope that this current one won't be as hard, I would say, because I want to do it. I want the reward. Then reduces shadow damage by 5-8%. So this one can really help you tank against the boss. Because, well, the upcoming units are light. That was already leaked in the raid video. And the event ability is increased trick-or-treat intake by 50 or 100%, so same as the other one. But this one is vastly superior, in my opinion. This one is vastly superior. I would honestly love to pull this one, just if I can, because I honestly love this art, that purple on him. Ah! Alright, now next up we have the 4-star summonable Wyrmprint, which is Silky Lends a Hand. Giant lollipop. Coming in at 150 HP, 42 attack, and reduces blind chance by 20-25%, which is nice. Increases attack skill damage by 10-15%. So this one still does have some use because of that skill damage. And then increases Snack Lantern intake by 25 or 50%. So, just if I had a choice, I would personally say run the grindable one over this one, because it gives more stats, it gives a higher attack skill damage percent, and it's the same event ability plus the other grindable thing. But this is still a solid option. I would say just if you are in an event that does blinding. Which, well, now that I really think about it, because, like, I think 2 of these Wyrmprints now have had some sort of blind reduction chance. There could be a small chance he can blind, but mostly the other option, which I will get into. Now moving on to the next one, which is Pumpkin Pal. So this one is of the 3-star rarity. This one is, in my opinion, 76 HP, 20 strength. Reduces curse chance by 50-20%, then the event ability is increased Snack Lantern intake by 25 or 50%. Honestly, just don't run this one. No one run 3 stars because 4 stars vastly overtake them. Even this grindable one's really good. Then well, just if you pull any of the upcoming Baron units, they will have this reduced curse chance, which is what I think this boss will have. Curse. I have a feeling this boss will have Curse because all these upcoming units, they will have a Curse reduction on them. So, speaking of that, let's get into it. So, coming in at a summonable 3-star, we have Edward, Blood-Sucking Butler. Coming in at the light attribute, a Katana unit. He has 401 HP, 278 attack, and 10 defense. His first skill is 3 hits with 238, 264, or 293% light damage directly in front of him. So that's not terrible. Then 1 hit of 711 or 747% light damage to surrounding enemies and restore users' HP by 3 or 5% of damage inflicted. that restoring HP, I think, is actually pretty cool. Because well, in other games, they really don't exactly implement that very well. But one thing about 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars, they're all really close to each other in stats. It's honestly just the multipliers, and because this person has 700 multipliers, he's actually doing a bit of damage. So he'll be healing a bit, but sadly that HP percent healing is not as good. But it's still something. I will take that. And now we move on to the abilities. Increases strength by 8 or 10% when HP is full. Not a fan of that because you need to stay at full HP. But at the very least, you have that somewhat of HP sustaining, so that can help in the long run. Next one is reduces curse chance by 25 or 50%. Then the next one is reduces curse chance by 25%. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. Because they could have easily made it 50 and 75%, then just have that last one be anything. I'm not a fan of that. I greatly dislike that. But, I mean, like, it's a 3-star. They gotta shaft him somehow, I guess. But then his co-ability is increases strength by 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5%. So that's strength up. I think it's solid at least. But sadly it's only 1% at first, and in order to get the 5 you need Eld Water. My overall thoughts on him, he sounds like an interesting unit. I would say he's really a generic unit with bad abilities and the pretty decent second skill. Moving on to the 4-star summable unit, we have Althemia, Diametric Vampire. She is a healing unit of the staff, light attribute, coming in at 470 HP, 270 attack, and 8 defense. And her first skill is restore HP to all teammates with 72, 90, or 108 recover potency. I actually did see a formula on how to calculate how much a unit will heal. I'm going to have to try and do the math on that, to be honest. I'm really curious about it. And then the second skill is deal 1 hit of 555 or 17% light damage to surrounding enemies and restores user's HP by 5 or 8% of damage inflicted. This one also has that HP sustaining, just like that other, just like Edward has, which is nice, and it has slightly higher caliber. And they're both AoE, which is honestly nice. Both of them being AoE is very nice. And she does have a lower multiplier, so if I'm correct, the 3-star will actually be doing more damage than her. But she's a healing unit. To be honest, there is not much I suspected from that one. Now then, going in on the abilities, fills 50 or 75% of skill gauge at the start of quest. That's amazing. As a 4-star, starting at 75% skill gauge, and you can also plop on one of the Worm Prints that gives you some of the skill gauge. She's a great healer right off of the bat, which is amazing. Then reduces poison chance by 50 or 100%. I'm a fan of this because as a 4-star, you are resisting something 100% of the time, which is amazing. Because that's normally something I guess 5-stars are known for. Being as a 4-star, which is very nice. And increases strength by 10% when HP is full. Once again, full HP requirement, hard to sustain. Then the co-ability is increases potency of recovery skills by 6, 8, 10, 12, or 14%. That's pretty much a standard on a healer, but it's still very nice in tangent with her first heal. My overall thoughts on her now is, I believe that she is a very, very solid unit. Might consider grinding her up, maybe, if I get her. I need to work up so much other units though. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I like her. I like her. She seems like a fun unit. Very fun. And now this last unit. Get ready for a wall of text. Okay, this was a pain to type out. We have the Halloween Ellie-san. Vampaladyn. Nice play on words there. Now then, her first skill. I did post this in the BBB Discord when I finished it. Once again, the link will be in the description below. People were very confused about the first skill. I'm going to try to explain how I think it will work. I don't know if that is actually how it will work or not. We will have to find out when the unit actually comes out. Okay, then, so phase 1, meaning first time you actually use the skill, it does 8 hits of 93, 104, or 155% light damage directly ahead and activates skill shift if it hits. So as a quick summary, phase 1 does light damage and starts and begins with the phase activation. So it has no other effects, just damage is on the first one. The second phase, 8 hits of 93, 104, 115 light damage directly ahead and activates strength buff of 5, 8, or 10% to entire team for 15 seconds. I am a massive fan of that because light now has an attack buffer, which is but however though, you need to get through that first attack, but then you get the buff, which is honestly not bad depending on how fast you can get it up. Which while the second skill, it can help out with that. It can help out a little bit. Then on the third hit, 8 hits of 93, 104, 115% light damage directly ahead, and activates health restoration with 72 recovery potency. This means that she can heal as well. She is the ultimate support unit. She can literally, she can buff your attack and she can heal you. However though, one thing to note, phases reset if connecting after phase 3, meaning that just if you land another hit and it's phase 3, it will reset back to phase 1. The health thing will not stack. So she does not become a perma healer. She will cycle through all 3. So it'll go first one, second one, third one, reset back to 1, 2, 3, reset back to 1, so on and so forth, depending on how long you take in the raid. My thoughts on this skill is it's something very different, and I don't know what to think of it right now. I will probably need to use her, but on paper she sounds like she's a must-have unit just if you want a light-based team, because she offers so much for that light team. And now we move on to the second skill. Deals 75 or 83% light damage directly ahead and fills user's skill gauge if it hits. It did say a specific amount on the site I got it from, but it's like a very small amount. For the first skill gauge, it's only like 1/4 roughly it fills, which is honestly not terribly bad. Then for the second one, it heals only like 1/6 to 1/8, if I remember correctly. I mean, like, hey, it's better than nothing. It's honestly better than nothing. One thing to note. She is not meant to do damage. Not meant to do damage at all. Mainly because her multipliers are so low, she's not meant to do damage. Oh wait, I think I completely skipped over the health, strength, and defense. So 475 HP, 289 strength, and 10 defense. I completely forgot about that. I was probably so excited about talking about the skill, I completely looked over those. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. So now we're going to the abilities. Increases skill damage by 25 or 30%. Okay, fine. A little bit more damage. I'll take it, but she's not meant to do damage. I personally would have preferred either a health. I probably would have preferred a recovery potency buff or a or a timer buff, that would have made her the ultimate support. But I mean, like, hey, I'll still take some damage. And reduces curse chance by 50 or 100%. This is honestly what makes me think that this boss will curse, because Lily had 100% burn resistance and that boss burned. So I feel like this boss will have some sort of curse. And this is a completely new ability. Speeds the rate the mode gauge decreases by 30 or 35%. What this means is that you can break the boss faster. This is great for going for the 1 minute requirement. So yeah, she's a must-have. I feel like she's a must-have. She is, in general, the ultimate support unit right now in this game. That's what she looks like on paper. She appears to be the ultimate support unit. I can't wait to summon for this unit. And the co-ability, just like on the story mode Ellie-san, increases HP by 9, 10, 12, 13, or 15%. This unit. Some people are going to go for her stats or for the other reason. But my overall thoughts, I've been saying my thoughts on her. Must-have unit, I feel like. She will work amazing with almost any team because she fulfills 2 roles at once. And yes, that will be the video. One thing before I head off, I had helped someone work on this like stats layout. So honestly, join up in the BBB Discord, and honestly, I cannot thank this guy enough for even coming up with this idea, because I honestly love this idea. I don't think he understands my gratitude for actually seeing this in motion and me just loving it. I love this. This looks amazing. I'm going to use this format for future videos, probably showcase videos, to be honest. Showcase or banner reviews, which I'm kind of doing right now, to be honest. So that's gonna be the video. BBB Discord will be linked in the description below. My previous raid video, going over everything that was currently known about the raid, that will also be in the description below. And until next time, I guess, peace out.